To conclude this chapter, we're now going to show you how you can create advanced effects using fonts, tying in many of the features we've already covered in this chapter. This is also one I'm really looking forward to, and we're going to create some post-it text art. And I've got some examples on here. We've got a Google search here and another website here with some examples of the style that we're going for, although ours will look quite different to this. I've also gone with the quote from Douglas Adams from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, one of my favorites. And I've taken the liberty of dropping that in place for you. So that's where we're going to start. It's in our branded Alice font, but I'm going to change it up. So I'm going to have a look for some font options in here, and I've already, again, taken the liberty of narrowing down to Londrina. Playful, all in caps, easy to read. I think it's got some of the cheekiness, the wickedness of Douglas Adams' writing, and I want to get that across in this design. Initially, we're going to go with black and white, and we're going to add colour and more imagery in the final steps. So to get that effect, first of all, I'm going to do a little bit of tidying up. I want to get the frame of the text area roughly to the width that I want. I'm going to centrally align it. Then I'm going to move this text box all the way down to the bottom and then copy and paste. And I'll be doing this quite a few times. You may have guessed it, but we have to split up this text to get the effect that we want. And we're going to work on it one line at a time. So the way I'm going to divide it up is I'm probably going to go with the ships hung as one giant word, in the sky then as one, in much the same way as a smaller line, then that bricks, larger, and then don't, huge again. It may not work, but we'll try it. First of all, the reason I set the bounding box to start with is we're going to use that as our frame to work to make sure that each row has the same width. So I'm going to bump it up to 144, and we can see there's a bit to go yet, so I might just change it to 190 and guess. Okay, we're not far away there, so what I can do now is just click and hold that plus, and there we go. It's jumped to 2 lines. We don't have to actually worry about the line out at all here because we're using them as separate layers. So I just need to nudge it back one so that we know that this text expands the full width of the container. And we rinse and repeat. This time we're going to get rid of everything bar the one word. Make sure we got no spaces either side. I'm going to go with something like 350, not far off. If you click and hold the mouse button, it'll just keep moving up. There we go, we're looking at 423. I can then move that up. I'm trying to get it so the bounding box doesn't completely cover that line because it means we won't be able to select that text if I do that. Nice even spacing again. Consistency is key, so we're looking at the spacing between these words and also the line if we can. So that just makes it nicely balanced. But we can already see that playful effect really coming into fruition. Again, we're going to copy, paste. Just get rid of all of that text we've already used. And we're going to bump that up to full width once more. When we move it up, we just make sure it's aligned. Very nice. Okay, there's a space before that. Just checking there's none at the end. Okay, we're looking at 102. Only 2 more to go. Starting to get the knack of it now. I'm guessing the size of the text. $3.90, I would guess. Not bad. So we can see there's an issue here in terms of the text is taking up too much of the page. Just going to nudge it to get it to the exact width. We're looking at 401. We've forgotten the full stop. I just need to move it back. The reason I noticed that is the bounding box was much lower. Okay. So we've got to look at the spacing between the lines, get that nice and even. Also, I think this is just still a little bit too big on the page. So I'm going to select all of them. I'm not going to group them because we still need to manipulate them individually, but I can then hold the Shift button and drag in from the corner, meaning that it's going to lock the ratio. I don't want to stretch this text at all. I want to make sure it holds its correct ratio. There we go. That's looking really smart. Now it's a case of just moving by eye. As we did in a previous chapter, we could use a shape. Go send this one to the back and then bring this shape to the front. It already is. Great. This is where we could use a bright color. Okay, there seems to be a little bug there. It's saying the shape's the front layer, but it's certainly not treating it that way. So that looks good by eye there. Not bad there. Overlapping a tiny bit there. So I'm going to select everything from this line down. Just nudge it down a couple. Doesn't have to be exact because the whole effect here is we're going for it. It's almost like it's being created by hand. But that's just something that will give you a quick guide to get the balance as you want it. Okay, I think we're going to wrap this up now by changing the color of the text. So I select all of it and then go to white. We can't see it, but now I can go to background. And I've already used this one in a test run I went through earlier. I want it to showcase kind of that type of effect from Hitchhiker's Guide. But that's looking a little bit flat at the moment. The text isn't really popping in the design. So I can go to Image Effects by going to Edit Image. And maybe have a look at duotone effects. So maybe like the pop effect. That's already given it a lot more impact. If I click on it once more, I can make the shadows a little bit darker. So we can click on that plus and then select the current color. Just to make sure that we can see the text. And likewise with this pink, we can tweak it if we want to go to slightly stronger color. Now we could try a couple of different variations that use different color combinations. But if you wanted a text art poster, then this is a really nifty and pretty effective way of doing so. Hope you've enjoyed this chapter.